you probably don't even think much about crows. You see one, hear it, and move on. Some people don't even like them, but that's usually because they don't actually know anything about them. Crows aren't just random birds flying around. They're structured, social, and way more aware than people assume. For starters, they don't just pair up and move on. Crows often stay with one partner for life, and they don't rush into it either. Even after they're mature, some wait years before choosing a mate. Until then, they stay with their family, and that family doesn't break apart quickly. Young crows stick around, sometimes for years, not just hanging around, actually helping, feeding chicks, watching for danger, protecting the nest. It's not random behavior, it's coordinated. A single group can have over 10 birds, parents, siblings, even older relatives, and they stay connected. They're also not as cold as people think. Crows groom each other, stay close, and rarely fight seriously. Most interactions are controlled, not chaotic. Now this part surprises a lot of people. When a crow dies, others gather around it, not just passing by. They stop, they watch. It looks like a funeral, but what they're actually doing is figuring something out, what caused it, whether there's danger nearby. And if there is, they respond together. The bad image crows have mostly comes from how they look. Black feathers, a harsh call. People label that as negative. That they're actually classified as songbirds, not because they sound nice, but because of how they function. And that black color, it's not just black. In the right light, you'll see blues, greens, even purple. It's layered. Another thing, crows live close to people, which means you can actually observe them. And once you start paying attention, you realize they're not predictable. They defend their space aggressively. If something enters their territory, hawk, fox, even a cat, they react immediately. Dive, chase, noise, pressure. Sometimes they go after birds way bigger than them. No hesitation. They've also been labeled as pests, but that's only part of the story. Yes, they eat eggs sometimes, but they also remove insects that destroy crops and clean up dead animals, which actually helps the environment. They've even been blamed for spreading diseases. But that's not accurate. They're affected by those diseases too. Now the intelligence part is where things get serious. Crows don't just react, they remember. They can recognize human faces, not just in the moment. They remember them over time. If you treat them badly, they don't forget. And it doesn't stay with one bird. Others learn too. There was a study where researchers wore a specific mask. Years later, crows were still reacting to that same mask, even new birds that were never there before. But it goes both ways. If you're consistent with them, they recognize that too. Some people even report crows leaving objects behind. Not common, but it happens. So when you look at everything together, crows aren't simple. They build relationships, they share information, they remember faces. So the next time you see one, don't just ignore it. There's more going on than it looks like.